Oh, thank you.
It's on the curve
Okay.
or on the air.
All right. Well, hello and welcome to the October Macomb Park Board of Commissioners meeting. And as always, we will start with the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve the agenda.
All right. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And the agenda stands approved. Consideration and action on the September meeting minutes. Are there any corrections, additions, or deletions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Also move.
Is there a second?
Second it.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the minutes stand approved. Bills and transfers and monthly financial statements. Commissioner Ham, please.
Thank you. For September, the month of September, our consolidated fund, the cash on hand at the end of the month was $546,235. Of that, $119,689 was in capital projects, $420,886 was in bond retirement, and $5,659 was in savings. The revenues for September were $162,701. That was below the monthly budget. It was explained to me that the distribution check for the month of October had come in late and actually was deposited the first week of October, so that'll be reflected a little bit in next month's report. So the expenses were $9,863 more than budget at the end of the month. That left a $172,564 number below budget expectations, and for year to date, we are $60,026 lower than what the budget is listed. For the general fund, we ended the September with $955,955 cash on hand. Of that, $953,068 was in the general fund and $2,687 in savings. The revenues ended the month, $5,754 better than the budget. The expenses for the month ran $607 less. Overall for the month, that's $6,365 above the budget. And the year is $103,693 better than the budget projections for the general fund. Corporate account, we ended the month $874 below the budget projections. Year to date, we're still $65,989 better than budget. Recreation account, overall, we ended $5,125 in budget and $18,911 better for the year to date. Lakeview, overall the month, ended $445 better than budget and $4,051 for the year. Ball 4, overall, we ended $1,130 better than budget for the month, and for the year, we're at $4,252 better than the budget. Special rec ended the month $2,802 better than budget, and for the year, we are at $10,806 better than budget. For police, September, we ended $787 better than what was expected, and for the year to date, we're $2,226 below budget. Finally, for the payroll, the wages ended $3,517 less than what the budget was for the month, and year to date, we're currently running around $56,004 better than budget. I did want to note that an IPRF safety grant did come in for some reimbursement on September 29th. That was for $673. We also received the fourth tax distribution, accounted for 27%. It was $370,023. That was also September 29th that we received, and this brought our total up to approximately 90%. And I had a conversation with Chris, the business manager, and he indicated to me that we would probably expect the final 10% sometime in November. And that would conclude my report.
All right, great. Thanks, Russ. Any questions for Commissioner Ham? All right, there are no questions. Is there a motion to approve bills and transfers and monthly financial statements?
I'll make the motion to approve the bills and transfers.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. A roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Weiss,
Aye.
Commissioner Edwards.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamage,
Aye.
Commissioner Ham,
Aye.
Commissioner Selders.
Aye.
All right, and the bills and transfers and monthly financial statements stand approved as published. We do not have anyone for the open public presentations to the commissioners. So we will move on to the very exciting, well, it's tonight, it's super exciting. We have a nice house full of people here. This is wonderful to see so much support here. The presentation of the Marjorie Connor Spirit Award. So Julie, if you would like to.
Hi there. Thank you very much for allowing us some time today. It is my pleasure to be able to present the 2022 Marjorie Connor Spirit Award to Mr. R.J. Jorgensen. RJ has been a participant in our program fully for a little over a year now, and he is the epitome of this award. His spirit, teamwork, and leadership and support of his other teammates, no matter what is going on, and just his pure joy in everything that he does, truly just goes through the entire group for everything that he is involved in. So, and to just kind of put that into perspective, we put out the vote for everyone to vote on our Facebook and social media. And he had quite the campaign going on. And of course, so he was voted as the most popular choice for sure. So a little bit of history of Marjorie Connor. She was a Special Olympian that participated within our programming, and the Connor family decided that after her passing, some of the family members are here this evening, decided to go ahead and provide a scholarship fund to continue to support the spirit of teamwork and competition with the Special Olympics, as well as all of our participation programs. So we invited them to be able to come tonight, which I'm very excited to see so many people here to be able to support. But now I would like to present our 2022 award. This is RJ, everyone. Hey, RJ. Coveted green jackets.
Yay.
Speech.
Got his green jacket, we're good.
So we wanted to also say thank you so much to the Connor family for allowing us to continue this wonderful tradition and being able to support our athletes and our participants within our programming. Without your involvement and continuing the spirit of Marjorie, this definitely would not be available. Thank you very much.
That's awesome. Thank you. Fantastic, fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a 5-minute recess so you all can do pictures and all that fun stuff. And then you guys don't have to stick around for the rest of the, because it's not as exciting as what we just experienced. So.
So moved. Seconded.
All right, we are back from our 5-minute recess. Boy, that was, I loved every minute of that. That was fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to move on to item number 6 on the agenda. Conduct a public hearing for the issuance of general obligation limited park bonds for the payment of land condemned or purchased for parks for the building, maintaining, improving, and protecting of the same and the existing land and facilities of the district for the payment of outstanding obligations of the district and for the payment of the expenses incident thereto. So the purpose of the hearing will be to receive public comments on the proposal to sell bonds in the amount of $681,000 for the payment of land, and I just read a lot of this already, land condemned or purchased for parks for the building and maintaining, improving, and protecting of the same and the existing land and facilities of the district for the payment of outstanding obligations to the district and for the payment of the expenses incident thereto. I'm getting a lot of my words in today. By the order of the President of the Board of the Park of Commissioners of the Macomb Park District, McDonough County, Illinois, dated the 26th day of September 2022. Rachel Lenz, Secretary, Board of Park Commissioners, Macomb Park District, and McDonough County, Illinois. So, that being said, I declare the public hearing is now open at 6:17 p.m. If there is anyone present who would like to speak to the board about the park bond. Hearing none, are there any questions or comments from the board? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to close the hearing?
So moved.
All right, is there a second? All right, it's been moved and seconded. A roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Edwards. Aye. Commissioner Gamage.
Aye.
Commissioner Ham.
Aye.
Commissioner Selders.
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss.
Aye. All right, and that we have officially declared the motion closed, or the hearing closed. Thank you. All right, so let's move on to item number 7, which is the President's report. Okay, so Rachel and I attended the IAPD's Best of the Best Gala on October 14th. And there's some lovely images there from the evening. Thank you, Billy. The Macomb Park District received acknowledgement of our 75th anniversary. It was a wonderful event. I'd like to thank the IAPD for the lovely plaque, as you can see there. And yes, I do dress up every once in a while. It was difficult. And the other thing I wanted to mention, a quick reminder that there are 3 seats up for the April 4th election. So Molly, Sterling, and myself. So if you are interested in running for the Park Commissioner Trustee, you can pick up an election packet from the board secretary, who is Rachel Lenz. Okay, so that's all I had. So let's move on to the director's report.
Okay. Well, just to piggyback what Commissioner Weiss said, it was a fabulous event put on by IAPD. We would expect nothing less from the events and the occasions that Peter Murphy has hosted in the past. So it was really exciting to get to see the different categories of recognition that happened at that event, and knowing our district and how we've flourished and the partnerships that have come about in the last 5+ years. I think there's a lot more recognition to be had of the Macomb Park District. And when I took this job, it was one of my tasks was to make Macomb Park District the best park district of its size in the state of Illinois. And so I feel like we are well on our way to that. It's time that everybody up north of I-80 knows that as well. So we'll be making more appearances there
Yes,
in the
amen.
future. I had the opportunity to meet Governor Pritzker at WIU's third groundbreaking of the Performing Arts Center, and took the opportunity to thank him for his support of the OSLAD funding. That is something that has, ebbed and flowed with whether or not it was going to be funded, and this year it was doubled. So we're thrilled to receive the money eventually from the OSLAD funding, and he was very intrigued about what it would be purchasing and what would be developed. He approves the funding, but he doesn't actually approve the applications. So it was nice to be able to share with him, what all that money would be going towards, and he was thrilled to hear about the amenities that would be included in one of our larger parks. So that was a fabulous opportunity. I think Noreen Hammond, she kind of helped make that possible. We had a staff member featured at Western Illinois University's news feed. So Rock Loxley, who just finished his AmeriCorps Fellow program, was recognized for the astounding work that he has done over the last 2 years, creating a multitude of opportunities for people to really connect to our parks in a very magical way. And so to see just all of his efforts recognized was phenomenal. So we thank Western for celebrating his works and just the amazing career this man has had. It's random, but very, very cool. So if you haven't had a chance to check out this article, it's really something. So thank you to Darcy Schinberger. She was the main writer on this, and we're very proud of Rock and all of his accomplishments and hope to keep him here as long as possible. If you hadn't heard, the Touch a Truck event was a huge success, huge. I am happy to say that Kara Sahagan has far outdone any of my first-time event attendance records. So I'm happy to pass that mantle on to her. We had a group from Western Illinois University's RPTA department on site. They were conducting a community survey on the event, and they had this unique idea to hand out tickets so that people could vote for their favorite truck. For those who chose to return the ticket, and for those who they didn't miss on the entryway, they received 706 tickets back.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Which means we could guess
over
that there is at least
1,000,
1,000. Yeah. I think one of my larger events on its first go was 500, so she really just blew me out of the water. But it's not a competition. We're here for the kids. We're here for the kids. No. So it was, honestly though, it was so cool to be there and just to see just the multitude of people coming in, the kids interacting with the different variety of vehicles. I believe we had 17 vehicles there of all shapes and sizes, and they got to touch every button, and it was phenomenal. You'll see in the bottom middle there, Sally Vajezi she had her cop car there, and the kids pushed the button so much they had to jumpstart her car to get her out of the facility. So her battery did die, but it's working again, no worries. But it was fantastic, and this event has received rave reviews, so congratulations to Kara and her staff. This was a huge, huge success. Yeah, and something that now she is stuck doing, because I don't think we would get away with not
So
having
was
it.
their favorite truck? Did they vote, and did they?
They did, I just haven't received the results
Dang.
yet. Yeah.
Curious.
There was concern that the kids would vote for the monster truck, even though it was a bounce house. I guess we didn't clarify, but I can get back to you on that.
Well, you can maybe get a monster truck in the future. Who knows?
We did try. But I did hear also helicopter, which we also tried to get that as well. So we'll work on that. And by we, I mean Kara. So, but with the monster truck being brought up, also thank you to Arnold Brothers for sponsoring that. That was a last minute ask. We just happened upon a monster truck bounce house, and they were happy to jump on that. So thank you for their support of that. The kids loved it. Another fantastic event that happened this month, Moonlight Meander. This is something that goes on annually out at Lakeview Nature Area. I have just a few quick photos, some things that Natalie had opportunities to take pictures of, and then she got real busy. She had over 125 people in attendance at Lakeview. Another huge event, especially for that facility, so congratulations to her. Thank you to the RPTA students who volunteered their time and services that evening, who are pictured in the center. Continue to be a valuable partnership with RPTA at Western. We had another day with our Macomb Junior Rangers program. They really went to work across our parks, and they had their hats for the first time, so that was really exciting to see them all running around with their Junior Rangers hats on. But they were at Lakeview cleaning bird boxes. The very first box that got opened had a mouse in it, so the hysterical screaming of teenage children filled the prairie, but it was fantastic. It was a learning moment. We had a slew of students behind the main office outside the ceramic studio planting native plants and moving mulch. And then they were at Patton picking up garbage, cleaning the park signs. So, you know, another hard day of work. Thank you specifically to the teachers who try to manage this chaos. It is a feat, to be sure. It's probably more exhausting to them than anybody else, but you know, we're thrilled to continue to build and to learn from this partnership. So shout out to Lynn Campbell from Community News. She came out and did an article on it, and so that made front page, and it was exciting. You know, we want more people to learn about these youth doing things in the parks, because they deserve some kudos for it. So some things going on over the remainder of this month. If you haven't been out to Lakeview, the Prairie Pumpkin Hunt is up and open, so you can go out at any time the nature area is open and go on a self-guided pumpkin hunt. So there's a map that's available for parents so that you know where to go and you don't get lost. But then, you know, you can make the kids really search for it. And also our fall story walk story is up and will be up for, I believe, a couple more weeks before Natalie changes out to something more winter. Upcoming programs, Noticing Nature on October 21st and also November 18th. Those are from 3:30 to 4. This is a picture of the book that Natalie will be featuring at the October one. Another Nature's Workshop coming up on November 19th from 12 to 1. They are making pressed flower lanterns out at Lakeview, so another fun opportunity to just engage in nature and get creative. Her Day in Clay workshops, within a couple of weeks of them opening registration, both sessions filled. So she has opened a third session for both the November 5th and the December 3rd Day in Clay workshop. So if anybody is interested, there are still spots available. The November one already has, I think, half capacity. So Natalie is really doing a phenomenal job of providing activities that people want to engage in. So it's a cheaper program, but a great way to get your hands dirty and do something creative. And then she has a couple more clay labs, the youth clay labs. It's something she brought back this year on October 29th and then November 12th. So again, anybody interested in getting their kiddos engaged in the arts, Natalie is a great person to get them involved with. So a few other things I've been working on with the election that came up. I realized that a lot of our board documents are spread out in all sorts of different areas, and we don't really have a concise document that says, you're gonna go for the board, here's what you do. So I have developed a board manual where it'll go through what the powers of the commissioners are, you know, what the different positions are, what the director does, and so on and so forth. And it also includes all of the policies that pertain to the board in the back of it, currently having it reviewed, and then I would pass it on to you guys for your review and consideration. I think it could be a valuable book or document to present to new board members, or something for you all to reference if you need to look something up. So that is something I hope to have to you guys next month. As you all are well aware, we had an unfortunate withdrawal of our concession year out at Veterans this year right prior to the softball, baseball season. So I have been drafting a request for proposal for vendors. Thank you to Emily Sutton. I will not say she edited it, I will say she rewrote the whole thing. And I am incredibly grateful because it's much more concise and easier to read. So we will be putting out a request for proposal for somebody to run concessions out at the softball and baseball complex at Veterans. This is a great opportunity. I don't have the exact number, it's being tallied, but there are a lot of games that happen out at that facility. And for somebody who either is already in the food business or somebody looking to start a side business, this would be a really great opportunity. So yes, be on the lookout for that. And let's see what else. Bathrooms throughout all of our parks will be closed starting November 1st. So if you plan to attend one of our parks after November 1st, please plan accordingly. I do intend to attend the IAPD Legal Symposium happening on November 3rd. I believe all of you got a letter about it. This is an incredibly valuable symposium. I've had the opportunity to attend the last 5-ish years. Was surprised by how engaging it was, but also there are parts of it that are scary, and maybe that's why it's engaging. But a very valuable opportunity for us to just see what's changing. And then I've had the opportunity to meet with Jared from Campfire Concepts weekly since our last meeting. The amount of things that they are recommending for us to change or improve is slightly overwhelming. But that's okay, that's what this is all about. So there's a lot of, I think I had a 5-page document of recommendations for our policies, procedures, ADA plan, all sorts of things. So it will be a busy winter of paperwork, but I'm looking forward to it. Kind of. But anyway, I believe that's all I have at this time.
Okay. Any questions or comments for Director Lenz? Thanks, Rachel. All right. Let's move on to item number 9, discussion and possible action on resolution 22-3, mission, vision, and values resolution. Oh, yeah. So before I read the actual resolution, just to recap on what each of those things are, our mission is enriching lives through open space, education, and recreation opportunities. Our vision is building memories through play and discovery. And our core values are holistic wellness, opportunities creating inclusivity, preserving and building our legacy, and environmental stewardship. So I'm going to go ahead and read the resolution before I ask if there are any questions or comments. Whereas the Macomb Park District Board of Commissioners believe organizational success is established through well-defined principles of management that are approved and modeled by leadership, resonate with staff, and are valued by the community. And whereas these doctrines manifest themselves on a daily basis through the selfless service of elected officials, staff, and volunteers who leverage the principles to plan, organize, and manage the effective use of the citizens' resources. And whereas the Macomb Park District has hosted a variety of community engagements as part of a strategic plan development process to guide current and future aspirational direction does, and whereas the Board of Commissioners has examined and discussed community and staff recommendations to modify our current mission statement and adopt a new vision and core value through the strategic plan process. And before I finish the rest of this resolution, are there any thoughts or questions regarding Resolution 22-3? Hearing none, is there a motion to pass Resolution 22-3?
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Gamage,
Aye.
Commissioner Ham,
Aye.
Commissioner Selders,
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss,
Aye.
Commissioner Edwards.
And with that, Resolution 22-3, Macomb Park District Guiding Principles, Mission, Vision, and Values has passed. So with that being said, now therefore be the following resolved by the Macomb Park District Board of Commissioners meeting in the monthly session this 18th day of October in the year of 2022, that the attached guiding principles of mission, vision, and core values are hereby adopted. This resolution has passed and became part of the minutes of the October 18th, 2022 meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Macomb Park District. So congratulations, this is great. We're one step closer, and I think Jared be very proud of us. So thank you all very much for that. Okay. Moving on to item number 10, distribution and discussion of Executive Director's Annual Review Packet. Director Lenz.
Okay, thank you very much. So as you all will remember, my contract requires me each November to provide you with an account of what the district, myself and the district have done to meet the goals that were adopted for me in February. And so you'll see in the documents that I gave you, and I also gave you the letter of the goals that was adopted in February. It shares the goal and then what has been done, a very simplified explanation of what has been done to meet the goals. So I won't go through all of it, but great strides have been made to develop a strategic plan with Campfire Concepts. I see a finish line in our horizon, and I'm very excited about that, because every time I get on a phone call with Jared, it's overwhelming. But, you know, I'm excited for this district and for this board. We are going to be in a much better position moving forward once all this is done, much more organized and up to date with today's best practices. So thank you for being part of this process. As you guys have been asked to participate, it's been fantastic. The 75th year anniversary was another top priority goal. You know, we met regularly, especially in the beginning of the year, to develop different campaign initiatives and celebration events. And I think a couple of our bigger wins was, you know, having Rock compile the entire history of parks throughout Macomb, not even just the district, just Macomb in general. I thought that was phenomenal. And then him putting together the exhibit at the museum, which was fantastic. I think that was really well received, and again, just a great way to showcase the rich history of parks that we have and the people who've been a part of it. So, you know, we've done a variety of other things to celebrate that, but I really do think those were two of the highlights. So, beginning development of phase 2 of Patton. Listen, I would have had it done by now if I had my way. You know, we've worked hard to be prepared for when funding is available. I'm having regular meetings with, you know, people who have provided us with quotes and who are going to be working with us in this development to make sure that we have the most up-to-date numbers, making sure that vendors know that this is still happening. We just don't know when. So at this point, we have received the grant agreement. I signed it and sent it back, but we can't move forward still until we receive the fully executed grant agreement, which means they have to have their signatures on it as well. And I did text Lori, who has worked with us with Campfire Concepts, because her district also received an OSLEC grant, and she is experiencing the same frustration that we are. So as soon as we get that fully executed grant, we will start moving, whether it's actually breaking ground or just, ordering a bunch of stuff and setting the postal service back a little bit more. Goal number 4, working with Sickich and our business manager, Chris Frankhauser, to standardize our financial procedures. This has also been a labor of love. Thank you to Chris and his work. This is not the easiest language to work with, but we have really focused in on their recommendations and their areas of concern or necessary improvements. So I don't know if we will have 0 recommendations next year, but it is my goal that we only have 1 or 2. So we've taken care of a large majority of them, and still trying to get a few more done. Continuing park modification, renovations, and beautifications. I got to get better at writing things down when they happen. I remembered about a week and a half ago that I had to turn this in, and so me and Jeff have been trying to rack our brains with what all has been accomplished over the last year. I know I've missed things. He's really done, even though we held off a lot of things because of Patton, there's still been a lot that has been done. So this is a short list of things that we could remember, but that is no reflection of what he has accomplished and what's been accomplished in the district. Obviously, on this list every year is cultivating relationships with our local legislators. Talked to Noreen on several occasions, had the opportunity to meet the governor, had the opportunity to meet our new representative once the redistricting happened. So still working to make Macomb Park District front of mind for those who have any say over our district. And then I will not go through all of this in goal number 7, but it's been a busy year. It's been a lot of fun, and I got the opportunity to go to a lot of fun meetings, and fun. One of them was legislative. That's, you change.
It's a sign of getting
You
older.
change. I'm embarrassed
Rachel.
for myself.
Hey.
So yeah, lots has been accomplished. Lots more to be done, but happy to answer any questions you guys have. Also included is membership and expenses. Treasurer Ham likes to see where our money is going related to my position. I think that's fiscally responsible, and happy to provide that as well. So.
Yeah, I just want to make a comment that we do want to make sure that you have the opportunity for continuing your education and getting out there with other park district directors and finding out what's changing in our environment. So that's why it's important that we support that. Yeah. Okay, and to make sure they everyone that's watching that knows that we all received what you just read in more detail, and we'll have ample opportunity this month to look through it and evaluate it more closely with you. So we appreciate everything that you've done this past year, and are still looking forward for the remainder of the year. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Any other questions or comments for Director Lenz? Okay. Well, Rachel, thank you. As always, you're very good at detail, and I mean, even though you just said that some of those things you forget, we understand that. We get it. But no, what you have sent us very beneficial. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to move on to item number 11. Discussion and possible action on naming an official delegate for the IAPD business meeting. So if I recall, last year, Emily, you were picked, and you're at the top of the list once again because you were unable to go last year. So we wanted to see if you are willing and able. I know you're a very busy individual, let's see, the date,
January 26th through the
Think-
28th.
yes. January 26th through 28th. Now, we can, probably not. Okay. I was going to say, we can wait and bring this up again at next month's meeting. Well, there's still time. So, yeah. But,
She's like, still no.
and I believe next in line would be Molly.
I have a conflict with the 26th, I'm sorry.
So, and then, yes, and then I'm third on that list as again. And Russ attended last year, so,
I believe I did, yes.
Yes.
So,
The dreaded bus. How
yes,
could you forget?
Oh,
Sorry.
buses,
yes,
that's all you have to
Yeah.
say.
Sorry, yep.
yep. No train that night. So would we like to table this and bring this up next month for, or do you, I mean, you've kind of already responded to it. You have as
I know
well.
for sure I have a conflict.
Okay. So, I guess, at this time, I would be able to attend. So, but again, I believe that is also the same weekend as Allstate for my daughter.
So what, and again, we can finalize this next month, but we would name an official delegate and then name an alternative should the delegate not be able to attend.
Okay. Do we want to do that tonight?
We can.
So I get, yeah, Sterling, you would be the alternate. If you are available and interested. So that would be, what was the date again? I'm sorry.
January 26th through the 28th.
So take the train, hopefully,
There and back.
there and back. No bus. It's a really nice, wonderful event. A lot of really cool things, so. Oh, that's right. It's been a few years, but yeah. Okay. So are you interested in being the alternate? All right. Great. Okay.
Are
Well,
we making that official or are we thinking on it? That has to be a vote.
oh, we have to vote on that. Okay, so is there a motion to approve for Phil Weiss to be the official, or to be the delegate, and Sterling Edwards to be the alternate for the the IAPD business meeting? Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. It's official. Thank you all. Okay, so number 12 on our agenda, open commissioner presentation and discussion of future agenda items. I have neither of those things, but I would like to publicly welcome Sterling back. So thank you. We're really happy to see you tonight. It's wonderful.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Yeah. Oh, so, yes. So, that being said, I don't hear anything else. So, is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. There's a tie there on the second. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And we stand adjourned. Thank you all very much.